Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do my July manga haul. It's a much smaller haul, but I'm quite happy with the things I got this month, so I didn't want to wait until the end of August to show them. I'm just going to get right into it, continuing on with series that I already own. We've got Shortcake Cake. This is volume 9. This is a boarding house series, shoujo, put out by Shoujo Beat, Viz. This volume was better than volume 8. I didn't really like volume 8, but this one was much better. We're getting more into the backstory of one of the characters. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next volume, close to the end with that one. Next, we got My Boy Volume 6. I love this cover. The green, I really like the green tones on it. This is about this boy here, who at this point is, I think he's like 14 or so, 14 or 15, and a woman who is in her 30s. It's kind of, some people don't like this one, some people don't really care about the subject matter. This is getting farther into the story. It's still innocent at this point. But who's to say how this story will go as it moves forward. But this is one I do continue to enjoy. I really like the art style too. But yeah, I like it, but tread with caution. Next up, I got more of Children of the Whales. It's been a while, like a long time since I've bought any of this series to read, because I had 1 through 3, and then I think I bought volume 9 a while ago because it was really cheap, but I couldn't read any farther than volume 3, so I picked up, they were on really, really good sale. Oh, I had volume 5 as well, so I bought volume 4 and then 6, this is gorgeous, as well as volume 7. So I have a bit more I can read. I'm currently reading volume 5 right now, which I already owned, as I mentioned. This one is a fantasy, I think it's technically a shoujo, about this island that floats in the sea of like sand. And it's got a lot of lore and a lot of, there's like war and different things happening. So it's kind of, there's fights happening as well as just kind of learning about the lore of this island and them learning more about their existence, why they exist, why they're on this floating island. It's a lot. Like, I'm not a big fantasy person. I bought these initially because of the covers. I do like the characters and I'm enjoying the story, but I'm finding it, like, I'm only on volume 5, so maybe things get better as it goes on. I'm not sure, because I know it's in like the late teens at this point in terms of volume count. But the lore is so overly complex. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just don't think it needs to be that in depth. I don't know. Next up, I have completed Dorohedoro with volume 17, which I was missing, as well as the final volume 23. I have finished reading this. I have yet to film my review of it, but it will get filmed and be up on my channel at some point. The final volume 23 is like, it's basically a 2-in-1 in terms of page count. It's very thick, which is nice. But great series, and like I said, look out for a full series review at some point. Next up, wonderfully, finally, Rose of Versailles, volume 2. This is gorgeous. First volume was gorgeous, but this like periwinkle blue that's happening is so nice. I can't wait to see what the rest of the volumes look like. There's going to be 5 in total, but this is by Udon. Gorgeous, gorgeous release with really, really gorgeous photo kind of quality paper. Lots of color pages mixed in here as well. As I tried to read this volume, you can see I'm a little bit into it. I realized this is not one I should be spacing out in between each volume because I can't remember who's who. And so now I feel like I need to reread the first one to remember who's who and what happened. So now I'm thinking I might just have to wait until I have all of it before I actually read it. I loved the first volume, and I did like what I've read of this so far, but I'm having trouble remembering who is, like, what has happened to each of these characters in the first volume, so I might just have to wait until this is completed before I actually read the whole thing to get a better enjoyment out of it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be confused. And then next up, a few things I found used for $2 each. I got volumes 2 and 3 of Future Diary. It's an old Tokyo Pop release. Future Diary is an anime. I watched the anime series a long time ago. I think I was like 15 or 16 maybe, and loved it. Lovely lady here, still gives me nightmares. She is featured in my nightmares every once in a while. And this is an amazing series. Very edgy, really ridiculously overly violent and grotesque. But it's basically, I don't remember how many people, but a bunch of these people are competing to be the next god. God is dying technically and has chosen a bunch of people to basically fight to the death and be the next god, take over for him, basically. Most of these people, if not all of them, are psychologically damaged, and they're all kind of ages, and there's men and women, kids, and various walks of life, and just all psychotic. It's messed up. This was never fully printed in English. I believe it is digitally available. Is it Viz? Somebody has the digital rights to this. I can't remember who. But it wasn't ever physically finished. Tokyo Pop, I think, only released 8 volumes, and there was more than that in Japan. Unfortunately, we didn't get those. But when I saw these for $2 each, I couldn't pass it up because I love this series and have always wanted to read it. And unfortunately, not completed, but happy to have these two anyways. I also found this for $2 as well, same day, volume 3 of Akame ga Kill. This is another anime series that I really loved back when it came out. Initially, I've wanted the manga for a long time, but just never bothered because yen press is very expensive in Canada. But for $2, I mean, eventually if I find more of them, great, or decide to buy them finally. But this is another overly violent series that I enjoyed back when I watched it initially. Next up, Night of the Ice Volume 1. I don't think it's up yet. At some point soon, my first impressions of this will be up on my channel. I've already filmed it. It's just waiting to be released, I guess. But yeah, great new josei title by Yayoi Ogawa, who did You're My Pet or Tramps Like Us, which I love. So yeah, excited to see this one. And then finally, the most exciting thing that I got in a long time. This is Massive by Fantagraphics. It is a gay erotic manga and the men who make it. This was originally published in 2014, and it went out of print for a while. I guess they brought it back in print, or it just became available again. I don't know what happened with that, but anyway, I saw it was available, and I bought it immediately, because I did not want to miss out on this one, because this is one of the ones that I had been looking at and going, man, I wish I had got that back when it was available. So basically this is, I can't remember how many. I think it's 10. It's 10, I believe, the most prolific gay male manga creators, and it's a it's like a profile of them and their history of their work, and then it does a sample of their work in this. So this is not entirely manga. It's actually a lot of text, because it does give you, I can show you a preview. I got to be very careful with what I show here because it is extremely explicit. There's a lot of color pages, like a lot of full color pages. Like, there's a but it's fine. Genguro Tagame, who is obviously the most prolific, and then, so it does this for each of the authors, and then it goes into each author or mangaka's section where, it also has a thing at the beginning of just like why this was published. So let's see. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Yeah, it basically does a few pages of text for, this is probably fine. A few pages of text for each featured author, and then it goes into a sample of their manga for about 15, 20 pages or so. And it does that for each one, and then at the back is kind of a brief history of gay culture in Japan. It's excellent. It's a soft cover, but it's got French flaps, and it's really nice. This is excellent. I am not finished reading it. I'm kind of taking it slowly and kind of going one author at a time. But it's so good. It's very explicit. So if you are not okay with that, then don't get this. But if you're at all interested in gay erotica just at all, whether or not it's Japanese focused or Japan centric, this is something you want to own. It's amazing. I will do a full kind of review of this whole thing once I've completed reading it. But I'm so excited to have this. Fantagraphics published another one that was specifically about Genguro Tagame, but that is way out of print, unfortunately. But I'm very happy to have this, and hopefully, if it's something you've wanted as well, you're able to get your hands on it now, too. But yeah, that's everything I got in July. August will be larger because I made some quite sizable orders of things recently. So August's haul will be a bit larger, but yeah. Thanks for watching.